And we are getting started this afternoon with details on that birthday bash in honor of William Cody, otherwise known as Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting time in LeClaire. Rita Farrow is with the Buffalo Bill Museum, and John Hoker is with the National Congress of the Old West. John and Rita, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
We are in the presence of celebrities here today.
We are. It's a very exciting time. So William Cody, as we all know, born in LeClaire, February 26th, 1846. So
became the most famous person on the planet.
Yeah.
And he did it with no social media. When you think about that.
With no social media back in
No
1846.
TikTok.
No TikTok, yeah. No TikTok fame there. Just word of mouth.
He was.
Yeah.
His show was seen by 30 million people, Kyle. It's unbelievable, really. But yeah, it's a thrill to honor him.
Yeah, it's a big deal. So his birthday obviously is next week, but big birthday bash is happening this weekend.
Yep. Sunday afternoon from noon to 4 at the museum. Come on down. Everything is free. There's free refreshments, and we're going to have a Buffalo Bill.
Yes, of course.
For the kids to have a photo op.
You got to get the photo.
Yeah.
At 2 o'clock, we're going to have the Kickapoo Nation is doing an Eagle Dance, and it's going to be 40 degrees, Kyle, right?
Yes.
Right,
It's going to be very, very nice. Yes, we're finally going to break 40.
Got to clear that up.
Yes.
So many will recognize you, John, as one of the area's Buffalo Bill impersonators, so to speak. So what's it like portraying such an iconic person in history?
Well, I guess I started as a younger kid.
Yeah.
I started probably 5 or 6 years old on it with a stick horse.
Giddy up.
And then in school, I was always loved Old West history. He's got straight A's. And then something cool my grandpa told me, who passed away years ago, but he actually rode the train from Wheatland to Davenport to see the actual Buffalo Bill.
Wow.
Probably somewhere around 1905 or something like that.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
and that probably really got you started in it.
Yeah, I mean,
kept you going.
There's just, and I've been to their museum in LeClaire a lot of times, and I've been out to the bigger museum in Cody a couple times, you know, and it was.
It's bigger than us, John?
Yeah.
What?
Can't be bigger.
I hate to say that, but yeah, it's quite a bit.
So John, you mentioned you're a straight A student, so you know a lot about Buffalo Bill and the history that he's had here in the Quad Cities and LeClaire. So tell us a little bit more about Buffalo Bill and who he was.
Well, he started out as a scout and Indian fighter, and then he came up with an idea of Scouts of the Plains. It was actually a play in New York City. And he had Wild Bill Hickok and a couple other guys, and they were just in a theater talking about stuff, and they did that for a few years, and it worked pretty good. They get a lot of people in New York, but then they were at his ranch that one day they had, I guess what we'd call now like a rodeo, and he had an idea, maybe we could do an outside show. So then they got that together, and you know, 1883 they went to London and they performed for the King and the Queen, and they were there for over 6 months, and they had 2 shows a day from 20 to 40,000 people each day.
Sold out.
And
That's
it
amazing.
was just, yeah, it was, I mean, and then he went to Germany, and the one show, he had 4 kings there of different, Denmark, I forget the other, but the little countries were all there meeting him and drinking with him. He said that was one of his problems. But
no, that's so cool. And you know, he was world famous. And Rita, do you feel like that's something that even people that are here in the Quad Cities that grew up here, that they don't even really know fully about?
The thing about Buffalo Bill, he was made famous by Ned Buntline, who was a famous dime novelist, more famous during his lifetime than Mark Twain. And he was a very prolific writer. And when he met Buffalo Bill, he was ready. He had realized that during the Civil War, the soldiers traveled with these little paper novels, and they would trade them around. So he thought, well, what a good idea. And once he met Buffalo Bill, the real William Cody, who was at that time a young, strapping, Adonis-looking, he was everything he wanted to write about. So he wrote that play in New York, and a lot of it was kind of fictional, but you know what? Our guys seemed to like go with that.
Yeah, we love that.
And he became that Western show that traveled in Europe twice. I mean, the show toured, 30 million people saw his show, and he really did depict the American West for the rest of the world. They were so curious in Europe. He traveled with a band of Lakota Indians, 100 Lakota Indians, many of whom he took out of jail. I had to have an act of Congress so that they could travel with him.
he got in trouble, or supposedly in trouble, for not treating the Indians right, and the Indians had to go to Washington, D.C., and they told him, it's
We're
great.
fine.
We're fine. This is the best we've ever had.
We're
it,
good.
you know?
This is the
He
best.
paid them the same money he paid Annie Oakley.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
there you go.
And they ate off China plates at all their meals. And
Yeah.
And more on you. You are
Yeah.
actually the marshal of the National Congress of the Old West, and
Perfect.
it's in the prompter. Good job. I took a little peek. So I
did our
got that
homework.
correct.
You do.
No, but you actually have a convention that is coming up in March, and we're hoping to talk with you more at a later date about that. But so for people that are super interested in Buffalo Bill and the Old West, like you have been your whole life, this is going to be something to really be part of.
Yeah, we've got some neat seminars.
Oh, look, there's a picture up of some of our neat.
Yeah, there you go.
And they've got
Just-
wonderful vendors. They sell the period
it's-
clothing.
It's a convention for our group, but we also have a lot of stuff for the public. The public can come in for $5 a day. We got Can Girls on Saturday. At
Perfect.
12,
I'm there.
Which are, there they are right there. And, well, just a couple, I'll read a couple here that, on Saturday, we've got a history of the Rock Island Arsenal. That, it would be really neat.
Yeah.
And then we have Life and Times of Wild Bill Hickok. We got a guy that's probably one of
yeah.
the world's most knowledgeable persons on Wild Bill Hickok. He's going to come and do that.
Great.
And it's kind of neat, Buffalo Bill was from LeClaire.
Yeah.
Wild Bill Hickok was from Homer, which is just by Princeton, Illinois.
Oh, wow.
Wyatt Earp was from Monmouth, Illinois. And Tom Horn, if you've ever heard of him, he was a famous scout. He was from down by Keokuk. He brought in Geronimo.
So it should
within the
really be
region.
called the Wild Midwest.
Yes.
Yeah,
Wild
exactly.
Island, Illinois.
They were born here, and then they went west and got famous.
Yeah, we don't get enough.
Everybody went west.
We don't have enough credit here.
It was the gold rush did us in, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Rita, I want tell us a little bit more about Sunday's events too, because that's coming up a little sooner.
Yep.
And once
Sunday-
again, this is family friendly. This is a free
Very
event.
family friendly. It's a free event. So the museum from noon until 4 on Sunday afternoon. So there's, look, cookies. I'm going to leave
yeah.
these here.
Rita always
That,
brings
if
us
that
a
doesn't
snack.
get you there enough.
Yeah.
So there's free cookies, free water, kids games. New this year, we have kids are going to be able to decorate some cookies.
Okay.
Because we're having a little bit of a major renovation at the museum. So we have tore up our playroom and we realized we have empty space in there.
Yeah.
The kids can frost cookies.
Wonderful.
They're not allowed to leave until they're in a plastic bag, but
They'll love that.
yeah, I know.
They will love that.
And then also new this year at 2 o'clock, and we're hoping for good weather, Kyle, but
It's looking great. Let me tell you, much better than
Rudy
this.
Vallejo from the Kickapoo Nation is going to he's bringing some of his tribe, and they're going to do the Eagle Dance outside.
That's wonderful.
That'll be great.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
is.
And
Kind
don't
of
forget
exciting.
about the cow chip throwing as well.
The cow chip
There will
throwing,
be
Yes.
cow chip throwing.
Yes.
of which I'm an expert.
But you were
Yes.
great at that last year, Morgan. Great.
Well, Buffalo Bill's birthday bash is this Sunday, February 23rd, from noon to 4, as we mentioned, at the museum in LeClaire. The event is free, family friendly.
Yeah.
Rita and John, you are a wealth of knowledge
Yes,
on everything
that was
Buffalo
fun.
Bill. We always appreciate when you come in.
And I am going to be 179 years old. I'm getting a little gray, but I sure like to see everybody.
Don't look a day
Happy-
over 103.
Happy birthday.
Happy
you.
birthday.
Photo ops with
Thank you.
Buffalo
Yes.
Bill is the
Thank
big
you
thing.
both. Thank you so much.
Thanks.